So welcome back to the channel with me, Poison Smurf, and another Division 2 video. As always, if you enjoyed today's video or you find it helpful, remember to hit it with a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and the notification to be notified of any future videos. Stay up to date with all the latest news, tips, tricks, build guides, all that kind of good stuff. Any questions, drop them down in the box below. We do get back to everybody. With all that out the way, let's get into today's video. So starting off, a shout out to my buddy and fellow content creator Kamikazes for Doom. If you guys didn't see, in his latest video he's managed to beat the maximum crit hit damage on a build without the backfire. Now this goes back a few months. Now a few months ago Kamikaze had done a previous video where he'd set the highest crit hit damage possible in a build using the backfire. This was then taken on by Plum 836, a Australian YouTuber that also covers the game, where he then beat Kamikaze's record. To which we then came along at Poison Smurf and we had a little go and we managed to beat it yet again. But in good old fashioned, Kamikaze's back with a new record set without the backfire this time. And to be fair guys, GG, it is a good build, it's pretty solid, and I can say to you, yeah, you've managed to get one over me on that one. But stay tuned guys, because I've got a challenge coming on later on in the week, which is going to be fun. I mean, maybe something the other YouTubers may want to take on, maybe you guys in the community. We've only got 2 weeks guaranteed content left, so let's try and enjoy it the best we can. So if you haven't done so already, maybe go across to Kamikaze's page and Plumconch's page. Make sure you subscribe, like, all the good stuff. I mean, they really are worth a follow, guys. You can find the links in the description below, as well as to the new crit hit damage build. So today's build is going to be the answer to the question that I get asked a lot. So Smurf, what's your go-to build? What is it that you use when you want to level up, maybe in the DZ doing landmarks, or you want to run the league events? What's your go-to? What is it that you use? So today, that's what I'm going to show you. It's a nice, easy, run and gun style build, great survivability, great damage. It's ideal for what you want to get through that content quick. So we're going to start off with the specialization. So it's probably no surprise to most of you guys out there, we're going to be going with the gunner specialization. So starting off, we've got generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Now as a running gunning style, that's going to be really helpful because we are going to go through ammo really quickly. We've also got the rate of fire increase by 5% on kill. Once again, as we're going to be running through enemies, multiple kills, we're going to be building that RPM up nice and quickly. We've also got the armor kit, repairs 100% armor and 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Now as we're going to be running Intimidate on this build, that bonus armor is never to be frowned on. We've also got killing enemies grants 10% armor, and everybody's favourite foam grenade. Moving down to our weapons, we've got our TDI Cod 45. As you can see, this one's maxed out pistol damage, comes with 1 skill tier and in sync. Hitting an enemy obviously gives us 15% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a skill or damaging an enemy also gives us 15% weapon damage for 5 seconds. If we can get both flux actives at the same time, obviously this doubles up, giving us 30% extra weapon damage and 30% extra skills. Don't really use this in the build, but it can be used obviously with the shield if need be. As far as our primary weapon is concerned, we're using the exotic Scorpio. As you can see here, we've got a really high, nice total damage. Base damage 867k, 130 rounds a minute, 7 in the mag, maxed out shotgun damage, maxed out damage to armor, maxed out crit hit damage, and of course septic shock. As you all know, obviously multiple shots with the pellets, we can build up the stacks. On the status is up to 7, and then obviously spread them around. As far as our secondary is concerned, I've elected to go with my FAMAS assault rifle, 80.6k DPS, ridiculous 945 RPM. As you can see, maxed out, 15% assault rifle damage, 21% health damage, 5% rate of fire, making this an absolute beast. Again, with InSync, I can pop that out with my shield and be looking at like a 30% damage buff. So, going down to the pieces, as you can see, we've gone with the Coyote's Mask to start off with. Why have we gone with that? Purely for the pack instincts. You and your allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. Now as we're going to be running and gunning and in people's face, we're going to be looking at mainly getting the 0 to 15 meter buff. And as you can see with that, that's 25% crit hit damage. On top of that, we've got maxed out weapon damage, maxed out crit chance, maxed out crit damage, and a maxed out crit damage mod. Moving down to the chest, we've gone with our Badger Tough. Why have we done that? Obviously for the 10% shotgun damage that's going to give to our Scorpio. Unfortunately, this one is rolled with status effects in the attributes. Ideally, I'd like that to be crit chance, but gotta just go what we can with, isn't it? So on this one, we've got 159k armor, 9.7 status effects, 11.6 critted damage with a 12% critted damage mod with Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. Again, running gunning in their face, all that extra damage is just going to help us melt the NPCs nice and quickly. Down to the holster, going with Group of Sombra. Why 15 piece for the 1 piece bonus, giving us an additional 15% crit hit damage. As you can see, this one's rolled maxed out weapon damage, maxed out crit hit damage, and maxed out crit hit chance. Going across to the knees, no surprises, best in slot, our Fox's Prayers. Only difference is this one we've gone with a maxed out 170k armor main roll, the 8% damage to targets out of cover, and here we've got 10.9 crit hit damage. This just needs a little bit more optimization. We've also got our other best in slot, the contractor gloves. As you can see, this set I've got rolled with 170 maxed out armor, the 8% maxed out damage to armor, and 5% crit hit chance. Finally, moving on to the bag, with our shotgun builds we are really low on crit chance, so we've had to go with a Seska bag. As you can see with this one, with the 1 piece we've got the 10% crit hit chance, which is what we needed. Unfortunately, this one has not got the greatest rolls on it, but unfortunately this one will have to do for the minute. As you can see, we've got 12.3 weapon damage, we've got 3,500 armor regen, ideally I'd like that to be crit hit damage, 4.1 crit hit chance with a max 6% crit hit chance mod with the talent Adrenaline Rush. Now we all know how that works, guys. We get bonus armor whenever we're within 10 meters of an enemy. We gain 20% bonus armor, can stack up to 3 times, so potentially you can get up to 60% bonus armor just for being close by near enemies. Now, as we're running Intimidate on the chest, as we all know, Adrenaline Rush and Intimidate are just a match made in heaven. Going down to the skills, as far as your first one is concerned, you can pretty much run what you like. So if I'm running solo, I tend to run a Reviver Hive. If I'm running in a group, I tend to prefer the Decoy. I find it easier just to put on the floor. Obviously it takes a lot of the aggro, allows me to get in the NPC's faces, inflicting maximum damage nice and quickly. As far as my secondary skill is concerned, I've gone with the Crusader Shield. Simply, it's not a lot of armor, I grant you that, only 2.7 damage, health. I purely use it just as an aid to allow me to get nice and close to the NPCs, inflicting that maximum damage. So as you can see, overall it's 3 reds and 3 blues, giving us 1.3 million armor. It's got good survivability, it really is. We're getting all that extra bonus armor from the gunner, obviously the extra RPM, we're getting the bonus armor from Adrenaline Rush, we're getting that amplified damage from Intimidate. It just really is, guys, it's just so easy just to go through enemies. I'm going to let the video play out today with a little bit of footage I took earlier in the Dark Zone. I went in there solo with a couple of heroic landmarks, and you can see it literally takes about 3.5 minutes to run through them, and that's it, nice and simple. Just quickly, for any of you guys that want to see the stats on that, as you can see, weapon damage 867k, 202k PvP damage, crit hit chance is at 57.1%, crit hit damage is at 140.5, but remember that is going to take a 25% buff from the Coyotes when that kicks in, so that's realistically 165 crit hit damage, 65 headshot damage, a massive 20% armor damage, and that's what really helps us just to rip through the enemies. So that's going to do it for today, guys. As always, a big thank you to everybody that made it to the end. That's the best way you really can support the channel. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit a thumbs down. Any questions, comments, drop them in the box below, but we'll try and get back to everybody. But until then, guys, stay safe, and most importantly, keep on grinding.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
get behind him!
Incoming hostiles detected.
We hear you! They're coming down the side! Get the hell out of here! We lost one!
I need to reload.
Roger, covering you!
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Come out and finish this!
Contaminated gear detected. Landmark has been cleared.